case you guys didn't notice, I'm a huge Mitch Hyatt fan. This kid has done a great job. He's done numerous strides through each day. Like I said, he's gotten that 1% better each day, and the sky's the limit for him. He's really a great athlete, a great player, and he's very smart. So the amount of knowledge that he's poured into his brain in a couple of months is amazing.
Is there one big kind of most important change you've seen out of Hyatt since you got him on campus in January?
Probably just comfortability. This guy's always been a 5-star, been a great player, and I think he kind of forgot that when he first got here, where his footwork was a little bit sloppy in his hands. But as he has progressed through camp, you can see the confidence that he's been playing with. He's going against one of the greatest defensive ends in the league probably every single day, and that's just made him better and better. So I really just think his confidence has been built so high and, just helped him develop as a player.
Is there anything anecdotally you can say about how he was done against Shaq?
Right. I think, for a freshman, he's held his own where he's, almost to the point where he's winning 50% of the battles now. And, Shaq is still, a great player, but, when you got 2-on-1 sometimes, when I can help Mitch out, it's pretty hard to beat.
Coach Elliott was spoken and said he has great confidence in having to slide you out to tackle if need came be.
Right.
How do you feel about sliding out to tackle if you have to?
I think I have the attributes to play tackle. Obviously being a tight end, footwork is not an issue. I have pretty long arms. But just, the confidence that I have and the amount of knowledge that I have in this offense, I think it would be an easy transition.
If somebody walked up to practice, didn't know anything about the offense or Deshaun, his age, what year would you think they would guess that he is?
5th year, 6-year senior who's been in this offense for all his life. The kid has made unbelievable reads and calls. I think the biggest surprise that we have seen is the confidence that he's had in protections. He's really taken it upon himself to learn the protections as an offensive line, to where if he sees some sort of blitz or coverage that he doesn't like, he can call a different one to put us in a better situation. And, you don't see that from sophomore, 19-year-old kids being able to read the defense that way.
How much control does he have to change things and make calls?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's similar to Peyton Manning out there on game day, to where if he sees, a bare front or some sort of odd, he'll check us out of it and get us into a better situation.
I think there's a certain comfort level with the first 5 guys on the offensive line. How's that second and third group coming along?
I really think that we've seen them make great strides during camp. Obviously, we've had a couple of little bang-up injuries where guys have to sit out a couple of days on the second and third team, where that might affect them a little bit. But, they've all played with each other so long now, being a year plus, that I think they're getting pretty comfortable as well.
How big a loss was the battle for you guys, just in your mind?
Obviously, being one of the only players taken in the supplemental draft, he's a great talent. He's a great guy. Love him to death. I think from a communication standpoint, it hurt us at first a little bit, just because, having a new guy up there, Mitch being a true freshman, putting him in adverse situations, he wouldn't know how to handle it just because of all of Isaiah's experience. But I think it's going to make us a better offensive line. I think the adversity that we had to go through then would have been better if, Isaiah would have got hurt or something like that. During the season, we would have had to just trial Mitch by fire. So I think it's great that it happened so early that Isaiah chose to, further his path to the NFL.
Were you his teammates caught completely off guard by his decision to leave?
To an extent. You always think that guy, like, why wouldn't he have left to go to the regular draft? We knew that he had a child on the way. I just think he didn't really think too long and hard about it at first, and then it kind of all set in when the baby was born. And, responsibility, obviously, family's first, so you got to take care of what you got to take care of.
This is an odd year. It seems like now we should be getting ready for game week. Mm-hmm. Now you've got an extra week. Have you guys done any game prep now? Have you started that game work?
We're really trying to take this week and make it as much as a game week as we can, just to get the young guys acclimated and to a different thing. It's not camp anymore. We got to get ready to play. But I think the coaches have done a great job of limiting certain guys and putting us through different things to really get our bodies back together to where they need to be. And as Coach Swinney says, we're going to be floating on grass by the time game day comes around.
How are some of the younger guys on the defensive line coming along? We know about Christian Wilkins. How about Albert Huggins?
Albert and Christian are just going to be animals. They're very feisty guys. They get after it all the time. Can't wait to watch them grow. But they're just going to be kind of like that 2011 year when we had a bunch of guys that nobody knew about. I really think they're going to take this conference by storm.
Has Albert been kind of, covering him in the Shrine Bowl and stuff, just a really huge personality? Has he toned that down at all as he tries to fit into a new team, or has he still been
Albert's been Albert. Love to have that. We love this team. We love having the different personalities because that's who you are. We don't want you to hide and be something that you're not. I think maybe he's been humbled a little bit. I think the cockiness maybe went away from the spring. But, he's a great player, and he's just going to keep shining.